Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Type A-ish. I wanted to talk a little bit about some ideas about budget. I am a shopaholic, recovering shopaholic, but I have found ways where I can budget a little better in some non-traditional ways that have made an overspending a thing of the past, hopefully, and have just worked really, really well. So these are some hacks. Some of them you may have heard, some of them you may not have heard. There's a couple different methods. So one of them I love is called sinking funds. I don't know if you guys have heard of sinking funds. Sinking funds, the basic concept, I'm going to tear through these. Sinking funds is where you get your paycheck. Most of you who have like a regular paycheck, this is a little easier to do. Doesn't work for all of you, so we'll go on to stuff that does. So if you know what your paycheck's going to be, and you know what your bills are, your general living expenses, etc., you budget for every single dollar that's coming in, that you know it's coming in, down to the last penny, and you put money into savings and everything. Everything has a place. So this percentage goes to savings. This amount of money goes to this bill, that bill, whatever, till you have it down to your last cent budgeted for. And you go pay those things the moment you get paid them off, put the certain amount of savings, whatever. So like that's one method. I forgot what that's called, but I think it's called every dollar method. They have apps for that too if you like that method. Then there's like the traditional budgeting, and they have free tools for that. I like particularly mint.com. I've used it for years. I've even used it as a way around having to use QuickBooks, because I am a small business too, and I hate using QuickBooks and like the traditional tools. So it's good for creative people. It's good for even small business, where the trick to using Mint is putting all your bills in there that are kind of the general amount that you know it's going to be. Looking at what your paid check tends to be. This is okay for creatives too, because there's going to be a little wiggle room in there if you're freelance or self-employed, where your money is going to vary a little bit. So it's good to have a little bit extra set aside for a rainy day, or for a slow month, or for an emergency like the pandemic taught us. So that's another idea. But mint.com is free and it's awesome. I still use it. And the trick with that, like I said earlier, is to categorize like crazy. Categorize, subcategorize. If you use it for your business accounts separately, because categorize the way that they do taxes. So the hack here is like business expenses, one of them is research. So do a category for anything that's research. Make sure you put it in that category every single transaction. And you do have to go in there and like subcategorize. And it does mess up sometimes because it's computer, but it does kind of learn your patterns. And you can do things like always treat this as a business expense under this category, and it will learn and start categorizing them for yourself. You do have to go and maintain and make sure it's not thinking it's something else. Sometimes I'll go to a restaurant and they'll think it's like office cleaning. I'm like, no. So you go categorize it under business meals or regular meals or whatever. So that's another really cool way to budget for free. And here's another one. This is one I'm just getting back into. I have this really cute pouch my friend gave me. Rajinka, if you're watching, thank you. This is part of a birthday gift one year that I love. I said, that's what she said, with a parrot. It reminds me of the tiki room. I love it. So this is cash envelope method. You can also do this with cards. So I'll explain. For example, so I've got really cute envelopes. I like this one because it's the most fun. I don't do all cash. The idea this is like originally like a Dave Ramsey thing, but with all the controversy, a lot of people have taken this on and made it their own or expanded on this. They do all cash method to like not be in debt, not use your card and not think about it. I do this for fun. This is like, so you can do all cash method for like everything, like put cash in your bills in one, you can categorize per bill, whatever you want to do. For me, that's way too much. I pay all my bills just, direct, fastest possible debit card, right? But I do this fun little envelope method for things like fun things, like outings with friends, like bachelorette parties, like vacation, if I know something's coming up. And sinking, I forgot to, I jumped back, I have to jump back for a minute. I forgot to tell you guys about sinking funds. You can do sinking funds in cash too. So it kind of came back around, and we'll make that make sense. You can do sinking funds through savings, like just direct in your bank direct transfer from your regular checking to your savings. If you know something's coming up that's a big chunk of money and you don't want, this is especially if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you don't want to be stressed, take however long you have to pay that thing or until it comes up. Maybe it's a yearly thing and you want to put away, divide it by 12 and put away that little payment until every single month, divided by 12, and that little payment goes into your sinking fund for that thing. So let's say, like, for example, you know that you have your kids are getting braces or something, and then you take that full amount that's going to cost, break it up at however many months and save up for that. Or, you know, something obviously you have to finance it because that's more of a time sensitive one. But let's say you have like your car registration and you only want to put $5 a month away, and then it won't slap you when you get it. Again, that's more for paycheck to paycheck. It may not apply to you, but it's a nice method. Or if you're saving up for something, but you don't want to get into debt or pay interest, if you don't have a 0% interest deal or you don't want to use credit card, you can say, oh, I want that couch from Restoration Hardware, something big, you know, and then you, again, however long you want it to, before you get it, however long you want to wait to get it, you divide backwards by however many months, and then you sink those funds into savings. You can use Capital One 360 is a great free savings program where it's all online. I don't know if it's FDIC though, insured, so read the fine print, but I do that for a lot of small savings accounts, like one for vacation, one for, I don't know, fun things, you know what I mean? Like one for a couch maybe. Things where you just want to do little individual savings that doesn't get grouped with your other stuff. And the reason for that is out of sight, out of mind. So you don't want it attached to your regular savings because that's where you transfer funds in and out from your checking. You may be overdraft protection, you may be tempted to spend it. So it's just a way to put your money elsewhere towards a specific goal. And those are free as well. I don't get kickbacks from any of this, by the way, no sponsors here. I'm just sharing things that I like and that have worked for me. So the Capital One 360 savings accounts, I have multiple ones. So that's one way you can do sinking funds. You can also do cash if you prefer cash. So I've got more than one. I've got different envelopes for different things. This is like, I think this is just gonna be like petty cash, like whatever. I've had this since the 7th grade. It's this wonderful Super Plus. Isn't that the cutest, weirdest little pouch? Can't believe I still had it. I had cards in here I've moved over, but this one works for just quick grab cash. I have one envelope. I think that they're for more practical things. I think that's this one. I am very busy. I like that these look like cash envelopes that you deposit from like a retail store. Remember those? I used to work in retail. And then the other one is more fun. Like it says, because we come together, my friends get me, the wine needs me, control is for losers. So this is just a cute socialization. So I know this one's my fun one and this is my practical one. So this is fun. And what I've been doing lately, and you can do this however you want, you can like take a certain amount of petty cash out for your danger zone budget categories, and just when the cash is gone, it's gone. You also could put things on a card. So I have a Disneyland envelope because we're planning on honeymooning at Disney World, probably because we're not comfortable internationally traveling yet. It's a long plane ride with COVID going on. We're trying to be cautious-ish. We're double vaccinated, both of us. So this is a little Disneyland envelope. Notice that I put the labels at the top here for whatever it's for. So this one, I just stuck some gift cards in that I had from before. So let's say I wanted to do Disney, but that's where I blew my budget, or like say I'm a Disney addicted on the website or something at the beginning of the month, or when I'm paid, or when I have budgeted for some Disneyland cash or whatever, I would go load up these gift cards with that budget. So if the card is gone, it's gone, but that's a way to do it too. You can do that for date night, like you have a Visa gift card or whatever, and you just always at the beginning of the month put your date night budget on the Visa gift card, and then you can go pay with it, and you both can contribute. And that's a fun way to have a date night funds without being like, oh, at the end of the month there's nothing. And it's important to maintain relationships, right? Like whatever, if it's a roommate outing or if it's, you know, a relationship like romantic, it's important to set aside time and not be like, oh, we can't, because if you don't plan for the fun in your life, you won't be able to afford it unless you're already wealthy, you know, like, and that goes for planning time even with when you're wealthy. Like look at Ebenezer Scrooge as a character study. So just an idea. So this is the, I believe this is the practical one. Yes. So practical envelopes, for example, And I do all fun colors because this makes it fun for me. And like I said, my super tip, my new thing that I'm excited about is we grocery shop a lot. And my tip that I've come up with, this one's trademark, this is me, is to, every time you do a big grocery stop, to take money out, cash out at the register, because you're not paying fees on that like you do in an ATM if it's not your bank or something. If you don't get yourself to the bank and do it regularly, which is another option, just do it when you grocery shop and get cash back. $20 per trip will add up immensely fast, and you would have probably spent that on junk anyway, like coffee or whatever, takeaway. So you can just drop those cash in whichever category you want. I got most of these on Etsy from independent, support small business, from small business sellers. So here's some of my categories. Here's clothing, restaurant, Sephora. Sephora is a massive budget buster. But it's nice to have cash in there when you need something, then you can go to Sephora or deposit the money and pay online. And then here's hair and nails. This is just things you can sinking fund. Lush, I have a fund just for Lush because I love their bath bombs. Rehearsal dinner dress. I may have found one. Not sure if that's what I'm gonna wear for the wedding stuff yet. Honeymoon fund. And then they've got, this one's blank, but it used to be Palm Springs. That trip got postponed because of COVID. Gifts for friends. So I don't think there's any money in there right now. But you put like, when you put cash away regularly every month, then when gifts come up for birthdays, you're not like blindsided financially. Outings, this can be anything. That's very general. I've got Madison trip on here because that's my next trip. That's my trip to my hometown. I've got date night. I think there is money in date night. Yep. I put money in date night and didn't remember. I stuffed that more than once and didn't remember. So that's pretty cool. Hey, guess I'm going on a date night pretty soon here. But I put the amount of cash it takes to like go to our favorite seafood restaurant. Emergency fund, which this will probably I'll do in the bank because I don't want to have a large amount of cash in the house. I really don't. Groceries and wedding fund. How cute are those? Seriously. Do I have anything in there? Nope. So I have some of them, and you can keep track. Some of them even have, where did I put that? Oh, here it is. I moved some things before this video and now I can't find them. I'll find it in a minute. Here it is. It fell out. So this guy, you can put how much money you've got total with a wipe off board marker, like how many hundreds, 20s, whatever. I don't have a lot of cash in here because I just started doing cash method again. But you can put them back in, whatever. I do larger pouches that fit all of these smaller ones, like this, a zipper. But you could do these however you want. You could just file them and leave them as is, or you could put them in a safe, whatever, however you want to do it. So that's my method. So that's one pack. I have another pack I'll show you guys. I love cash method. And while you grocery shop is like, that's been the easiest way to save money without thinking about it too much. Because if you're doing a big grocery haul, what's an extra 20 bucks? And again, it depends on where you are in life. I'm self-employed. Like that would have been a lot of money at some point to do every time I shopped. And if you can't, do a smaller amount. Do 5, do 10. Things really add up quickly. But it gets you into the habit of savings, and cash makes it feel more concrete than just seeing a number on your bank account. So this one's for adventures. I'm just showing you some other examples of things people do for cat birthday. 4th of July, I could use that this year. Maybe I'll put some in and not remember till next year. Then I'll be like, oh, I've got 40 bucks in here or whatever. Valentine's Day, I like doing holidays. I'm big on holidays. And it's nice to have a budget because you buy more food when you're entertaining, especially, or bringing something nice to a host. Sorry, my nose is itching. Thanksgiving. I've got one for fall candles. Fall candles are a weakness of mine. So that's something I could sinking fund for and have a nice stash ready to go for when the sales pop up. Autumn adventures, again, very general. I could be like a hayride or apple picking or something like that, and just be nice to have some cash in there. And you can pop them in randomly, or you can do a certain amount per month. And I would do less envelopes if you're doing a certain amount every month. Got one just for Halloween. Love Halloween. Christmas gifts. Isn't that, I pick envelopes based on, I'm gonna know that's Christmas gifts. I'm gonna know that's Halloween. You know what I mean? Makes it easy. Thanksgiving says thankful, but the Etsy sellers have cute ones. You can make your own too and get them laminated. I'm sure there's like things online templates online that will show you how to make your own with like scrapbook paper or whatever. Christmas decor, winter fun, again, a general category. I don't think I have much cash in these right now. I'm gonna have to keep stuffing them. Christmas in general. And then I've got this one, which was accidentally sent to me instead of the wedding one. So that could be, I don't know, home decor or something. Looks very backsplash to me. Actually, we're saving up to get our backsplash installed in our new house. So maybe that will be a backsplash fund, now that I think of it. And like I said, you can do things at the top. You can put a piece of tape at the top or write on it with Sharpie or whatever, a permanent marker. I chose to do these labels like this because you can peel them off and give it a new category and reuse the envelope. So that's the fun part of it. That is my method. And like I said, if you don't want to do cash, you can also keep Visa gift cards or like general gift cards or restaurant gift cards and load them up for your budget so you don't go over budget in those danger categories. We all have them. Mine's definitely like makeup, Amazon would be a danger category. You could do an Amazon, give yourself an Amazon budget at the beginning of the month or when you get paid and leave it in your Amazon. I think you get some money off too if you do their promotions. Leave it in your Amazon account and that's it for the month. When it's gone, it's gone. So it just keeps you from overspending, but while also making it fun. All of these things, again, I'm type A-ish. I'm not type A, and I was just chaotic. I just didn't plan my money at all before I became a better businesswoman and wanted to not waste money, wanted to have success, and I have. But this is a way that it makes it fun to budget, at least more fun to budget than it was before. And I love seeing the cash build up and it makes it very real. Also, a great thing about having an emergency fund or petty cash, if something crazy happens and you have to go grocery shopping, but there's bad weather and their whole systems crash, they can't take cards, they can still take cash most of the time. So you will have an emergency stash of cash in your house. And also, the other great thing about this is if you ever have an overdraft and like everything's wiped out for some crazy reason, hopefully not, hopefully you're really stable, but it's easy to take your cash, throw it all together and go cover an overdraft in an emergency. Again, you never know. Or if you're, or you having cash for an emergency, if someone steals your identity or steals your card and has wiped you out and you don't want them to have access to your bank for this, it's just nice to have a cushion that's in the physical. Like it's the equivalent of snail mail. It's like a little bit more trustworthy than electronic funds sometimes because of identity theft. So if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing, sharing all that stuff that I feel like obligated to say because this is a baby channel, just getting its sea legs. I hope this is helpful. I might do a more elaborate sinking funds video in the future, but these are some of the budget tips that have helped me and are fun. And let me know what your favorites were in the comments below, which ones you think you might want to try. All right, thanks guys. Have a great day. Bye.